Good morning, everybody. How we doing today?
How was everybody doing? All right, so plan for today is we'll go out to Lightkeeper. We'll get that task. We'll do a loot run. We'll do a full run. We'll run out there. We'll get the task. We'll do a loot run. Probably do it at night just to avoid people. And then I don't know if I have the desire to do a bunch of labs today. We may give it a little bit. We may give it a couple of goes just because we might get lucky with it being a Monday morning. We'll just Keter it up. We'll go cheap in Keter and try to get our tasks done, I think is what we have to do there. But I really want to give this this Flea in 15 or Flea in 10 raids a try. I want to give it a really good solid try. And what I was thinking about, like, just doing the plan myself, sitting down this weekend and putting the plan together. But I thought it might be cool to sit down and go through it with you guys. Just to explain you the thought process, maybe get some input on how we do the strategy of how we get to Flea in 10 raids, 10 PMC raids. So we'll have to talk about some of the rules with scavving. You know, are we only allowed 5 scav raids? Did you know if you run out of food or water while you have Propital, you take damage instead of heal with max metabolism? I didn't not on Bearing. I haven't seen that yet. Would be something to test. I know Velian died with a blacked out stomach or something. He had something where he died. I can't remember. When we were out at Lighthouse, he just keeled over dead because he didn't have energy, even though he wasn't supposed to. But that was before. It's hard to say if there's stacked bugs going on right now. You know what I mean? Because what'll happen is there's like we had the elite skill bug going on where your elite skills were bugged, and then things that happened and people just attributed to that, and it might not have been that at all. And there was some stuff with elite metabolism where you were dying. No, it's not that it removes it. It's there's something else going on where, like, if you have a black chest or head and you run out of energy, you can still die even with max metabolism. The Propital thing is something else. McMarines, you're welcome, man. All right, well, there's the stats, everybody. Nothing too crazy. Suppose we can cycle the hideout. Stash is still kind of a mess. It's still too full. I have so many guns. Like, I don't think I'm even gonna run Scars, chat. I'm thinking about just selling these things because I just don't like running them. They just don't. I love them in real life, but in the game, they're just not great. Can you die from stims on higher than 0 energy hydration suddenly? I'm not sure, man. It sounds like there's some interesting bugs going on right now. Oh, wait, what? How can I put 3 water filters in? Max hideout management. Exclamation point. Hideout skills. Has my videos that talk about that specifically. You think Bitcoin 3 is worth it this late? How long have you had your Bitcoin farm 2, foes? What did my Bitcoin... I did the math, Fozy, on... So a few weeks. So you're... The question is if you're... Did you have your Bitcoin farm 1 for a while before you got your 2 built? Because... the math changes quite a bit when you sit on each of those for a while because they tend to pay for themselves. The Bitcoin farm 2 probably pays for itself in what, a month? Give or take? Which means it only... So, real rough numbers. It takes... Let's say it takes 2 weeks for Bitcoin farm 1 to pay for itself. It takes 5 weeks for Bitcoin farm 2 to pay for itself, separated from Bitcoin farm 1. And then Bitcoin farm 3, I forget what it is. I don't remember if it's a month or 2. If you have like 50, 60 million sitting around, dude, I'd say finish it just because it's nice to get the Bitcoins. If you don't have the extra cash, then probably not, man. You have 90 mil right now? Yeah, dude, just finish it. Get it done with. You'll be happy because it's like a savings account. All of that money, instead of sitting doing nothing, it's generating stuff that you can sell. It gives you Bitcoins that you can turn in for tasks. I'd say just turn it in, man. That's my opinion on it. You've got the cash to do it. You might as well finish it. You don't have any reason not to. Plus, getting the solar power, dude, the solar power is so fucking nice. Look at how... One can last... What's 115 hours? One can lasts almost 5 days, dude. You just don't even have to think about your fuel. I don't care what it costs. The break-even stuff, who cares? The fact that I don't have to worry about fuel is such a nice quality of life deal, right? That's how I look at it. Looks like I need to start crafting more of this and buying that. We will eventually go get Test Drive Part 2 done. It's just kind of a brutal gun to run. I really thought it was going to be better than it is. It's just the small mags. It's just running an MP7 with 30 rounders. You know, you just tend to run out of ammo before you kill people, especially if you got to fight more than one, or you're not perfect with placing your shots. The 40 rounders give you that little bit extra of margin of error. I just have all these stims in case I get a task that wants a rare stim. It makes me wonder how many people that are doing like samples, and they're like, I have like all these hard ones to get. I have a bunch of them. And for those of you that are interested, I've been working the last couple of days through the different processes and things. We are going to start multi-streaming. Exactly how that's going to play out, I'm not sure yet. So for those of you that might be interested in watching on YouTube or Kick or even Rumble, I'm going to set up on those different things, and we'll be streaming to all of those platforms to give people the most choice on where they want to watch. I completely understand the viewing experience is on a downward trend with Twitch. It's not getting better for sure. So I think I want to be able to provide you guys the most freedom in where you can consume my content and whatever's most convenient for you. Or politically inclined. I know that is a decision for a lot of folks too. And Twitch, surprisingly, Twitch is the only place you can still stream gun content. I think you can on Rumble too. And you probably can on Kick, simply because Kick doesn't have any fucking rules. No, it's against terms of service, Scoo. But the way I look at it is Twitch isn't doing a very good job of keeping up their bargain end of the contract at all. So not to mention that exclusivity is not enforceable in many, many states, one of them being California, which is where Twitch is currently located. So their contract clause for exclusivity is pretty much non-enforceable. Nobody's tried to take on Twitch legally for that yet, and I'm not going. If they come at me, I'll just stop doing it. And honestly, the biggest challenge is, chat, is I want to stream at a higher bit rate. I can probably even, like, I play in 1440, so I could technically stream 1440 on YouTube, but figuring out how to do that is challenging to make it work right with my internet restrictions. Am I on a 2 PC setup? Yeah. Yeah, the streaming PC will be able to handle it fine. I only have like 30, we'll call it 35. It's technically 40, but I have a consistent 35 megabyte upload. You don't think bitrate would work? Gigabeef streaming in 1440. Is he streaming right now? If he's streaming right now, go check out his stream on YouTube, guys. I'll throw his link up. Yeah, he's not live right now. I was watching his stream today on YouTube. It looks really fucking good. Oh yeah, you can stream all the way up to 4K on YouTube. It's just a matter of having the bitrate to do it. My bitrate restriction is going to be a challenge because my internet. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the biggest problem. I'm trying to get fiber. I just don't know. It was supposed to be this year. I don't know. I'm going to go look here, see if they've even updated their projections yet. Now that, because they haven't been able to work all. We've had such a hard winter here. The crews haven't really been able to work this winter. We were supposed to have fiber towards the end of the year this year for sure, like end of the summer. And now it's just saying TBD. They don't even have a date. Everything that was supposed to be done like first and second quarter this year. Here, I think I could show you this, guys. I'm obviously not going to tell you what area I'm in, but all of this stuff was like first quarter 2023, second quarter, third quarter. It's all fourth quarter now because they got super delayed. Which sucks. It's coming. I just don't know when. Are there no 240 hertz 1440p monitors? I'm sure there are. They're probably fucking expensive though. Well, yeah, soon TM, but at least there's a like they're open. They're very open about why and what's going on. Let's just in case I've got my my number one biggest fans back, guys. Let's go to this screen for a sec so I can maybe get in unmolested. So what happened was, right, is we had one of the harshest winters we've had here in Bozeman, probably in close to 10 years, 8 or 10 years. I would say it was a normal winter. We've had mild winters for 10 years, but that's just me. And because of that, with the ground being frozen and stuff, they could put lines in because the ditch witches, the things that drill the lines, they were able to do that stuff, but they can't do the terminations. It's really hard to do some of the fiber stuff. If McScruffy was here, he'd probably be able to explain it a lot better than me. He does fiber, but so they're just really backed up. They didn't get any work done this winter like they had planned, and winter hit early too. It hit like early November, so they lost like 2 months of work just because of that. And then they didn't get anything done through the winter, so they're just way behind on schedule. And they said that right away. They haven't been like covering it up. And they're going to hire a bunch of people. But the thing with hiring a bunch of people is you don't know how that's going to impact your schedule. So right now they just have everything delayed because until they can get the crew spooled up and get them going, they have no idea what the production rates are going to be because you just don't know what kind of quality people you're going to get. You don't know how much training it is. You don't know how much turnover you're going to have. So instead of them making promises that they can't keep, that's what they've said is, hey, we don't know yet. As soon as we get going, we'll let you guys know. Feeling a little bit better, Pocket. Still a little cruddy, but I got laid the fuck out on Saturday. Do I have any pets? And can you ride? Ride what? We have 2 cats right now. We're probably going to get 2 more dogs. We're probably going to get 2 puppies this year. Our dogs died last year and kind of took the winter off. And a horse? Yeah, I grew up riding. My family's old ranch, going Donkin. I don't mean to say that probably came across as my tone is probably bad there. Yeah, I can definitely ride horses. I grew up on a ranch. My family has been breeding horses since they homesteaded here in Montana. So I know my way around horses very, very well. Been around them since I was a little kid. I could probably actually hang on a sec. I'll show you. Just if you guys are interested, I'll show you guys a picture. I'm not gonna go get it. Just pictures of me as a little kid around horses. Oh, I mean, if you guys really want, I'll go get. If you guys want me to get it, I think it's just sitting downstairs. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. That's me as a little kid. See, this is why you don't do shit like this on Twitch. Because you guys are just fucking terrible.
I want to establish I'm subbing to the kid looking at the horse as if it were a skyscraper.
Matt, thanks for the 3 months, dude. I don't know if I have any of those really old photos on the computer. Well, I'm glad you're here. Somatic goal. Bulb, thank you for the tier 1. Low for life, thank you for the prime, dude. Yeah, there was definitely I had a spat of people I had to mute this weekend on Twitter because man, everybody's just getting more and more negative about Tarkov, and I don't get it. I just don't understand it. Like the waves that it comes in. Like you have a bad day, fine, sure, but so many people are turning against the game right now. And I ain't gonna let it affect me. So I just mute folks. Don't read Twitter. I have to because of the jobs, Eastrix, unfortunately. But I have gotten better and better about, instead of engaging in that kind of stuff or getting too wrapped up in it. Where are we? I just turn it off. Mute it.
Have an awesome stream, dude.
Thanks, Robert. Oh, I understand the burnout people have, Tower. That's not what I'm critical of. But like, for example, like Dr. Lupo and Batty and like they're all and One Peg, those guys are all joking around all the time about Tarkov being shitty and terrible. And that's fine. They're free to do that. Like, I'm not critical. I wouldn't even argue with them on their perception of that stuff. This actually looks pretty good looking through this. Huh. I would never have thought that would have looked that good with NVGs. It's pretty clear. But I just can't get wrapped up into it because it's contagious. Negativity's super contagious, man. The celebs complaining about the blue check mark. I heard Elon was trolling some people. Like, there's some account that's on like he's like a super troll account. It's one of the most popular accounts on Twitter. It's like a 3-letter word. I can't remember what it is. But they're like, he's part of the whole movement of blocking people. Anybody who pays for it, they're blocking people that have the blue check mark, and Elon Musk is giving them. He gave Stephen King. He's trolling some celebrities by paying for their blue check mark, and I fucking love it. I absolutely love it. Stephen King's a fucking idiot, dude. And I can tell you the moment that man lost any chance of me ever listening or even giving him much of a mind of attention is when he implied that, only idiots join the military. I can't remember specifically what he said, but he said something about the fact of, don't become dumb or your only choice is the military or something along those lines. Twitter's such garbage product. No idea how anybody ever been able to use it. It's not a garbage product, man. It's a niche product. And it's somebody, I can't remember who said this. Like, it might have been, it was Crowder or Shapiro or somebody, but they said that Twitter is the smallest social media platform, but all of the most important people in the world use it. And you can take that most important statement with a grain of salt. There's a lot of self-importance there, but it's where the politicians and the people in the media live. And that's why it's important. It's also great for marketing, which is why I'm there. It's a great tool for places to do outreach for information, which is why BSG uses it for news. It has such a dirty, dark underbelly. I didn't bring extra ammo for this, so hopefully we don't need it. Need to be very selective with my shots. But the reason Twitter has a dark, dirty underbelly is because that's what people want. Twitter is just a place that gives people what they want to see. Why do people care so much about the blue check mark thing? Because life is really good right now and people have nothing else to fucking complain about. So the worst thing that's happened to them in fucking 5 years is they had their blue check mark taken away that people are like, well, I earned that. And it's like, what do you mean you earned it? You got a bunch of people, you said a bunch of dumb bullshit on a social media site and got a bunch of people to follow you. Okay, well, that's earning it. If that's your level of earning, you are a very easy person to impress. And I bought Twitter Blue this weekend. I've got the benefits of it, which is actually really nice. I didn't realize some of the benefits are super big for me. But the marketing side is some friends finally talked me into getting it because it's straight marketing side. And to me, the more I saw that group of people, legit, the thing that finally pushed me over the edge was the group of people that are like, if you have Twitter Blue, I'm banning you, or I'm blocking you. So it's like, all right, you want to pretend to be counterculture? I'm gonna counter your counterculture. I'm gonna get it just so you block me, because then if you're that kind of a person, you're too stupid to be in my circle anyways. What is the best laser at the moment? I mean, it's personal preference, man. I use the tan ones, the AN, the PEX, the whatever they are, the 2 tan ones, because I like their lasers. They're really clear. They're visible light lasers. Why am I bringing those rigs with me? So I have plenty of room for all the loot that is out here on the island. If we get a good run, I'll completely fill all these rigs in this backpack. Missed the green crate? Yep. Maybe we get it on the way back. Like, one thing I have to constantly remind myself, if I get into an argument with somebody on Twitter, that half the time it could end, it's probably just some fucking 14-year-old kid who has nothing better to do, and he doesn't even know what he's arguing about. He's just being contrarian to be a pain in the ass. And I try to make sure that filter is in front of me every time I get into a discussion with somebody, so that I don't get too deep down the rabbit hole of somebody who's just not important. Jens, thank you for the 4 months, man. And Robert, thank you for the kind words and the sub. The goal is just to get under your skin. Exactly. Just to get a rise. And sometimes you, as a content creator, social media influencer, whatever you want to call it, you can use that to your advantage sometimes, which is what I try to do. When somebody says something really cringy or stupid and I repost it, it's just because I know I can get reaction and reach from the community as a whole, to shame the person, and I do my best to not give them as much as I do my best to not give them any attention directly. Like, I don't link their tweet or any of that kind of stuff, but it's definitely playing with fire. Let me out. No extra ammo? What are you talking about? I got extra ammo right there. See, we're good. We got extra ammo now. Isn't it a good thing that some accounts are marked as being official? They still are, though. Like government accounts don't have to pay for they get there's a whole separate process for like official government and political accounts, I believe. I'm pretty sure. You know, unless you're Mark Cuban or even what's the name of the guy that fucking used to, who's the guy that made Twitter? Why can't I think of his name right now? Jack Dorsey. Unless you're like those guys and your opinions on what Elon Musk is doing, like all the Twitter bros, all the people on Twitter that are attacking Elon Musk like he's an idiot, unless you're one of those people, your opinion is absolutely fucking worthless. Like, it's meaningless. And Elon Musk knows that. He doesn't give a fuck about what anybody says. Tape is expensive now? Where did I see it? Because you're not wrong. Whatever. So yeah, it's fun to watch. Do I think Elon Musk has it all figured out? No, I think he's shooting from the hip on some stuff, but that's fine. He bought the company. He gets to do whatever the fuck he wants with it. And I'm having a blast watching it go down and learning. Learning from the man. Because he definitely knows what he's doing. Have I seen his interview with Tucker? I've only seen the excerpts that they've put out as bits. I'll watch the whole thing eventually to get the whole context of the conversations. I heard today that Tucker is out at Fox. It's not like he's quitting. He's out. Like, he's gone from Fox News, which was like, oh, okay, that was out of the blue. He did. I mean, this is just a fucking wild ass guess throw out there in the middle of the fucking field, but I'll bet Fox News loses 40% of its key demo overnight, quite literally overnight. But keep in mind, the people, love them or hate them, the people that run Fox News are very shrewd and good at what they do. For example, I did not expect them to be able to replace Bill O'Reilly for quite a long time. I didn't expect Tucker. Let's just put it that way. And Tucker showed up, and he didn't just fill O'Reilly's shoes. He surpassed him as far as ratings and stuff are. The biggest loss will be the younger demo. Yeah. The key. That's why when I say that, I mean key demo. 40% of key demo is what they're gonna lose. Don't I think he's a... Wait, what? Tucker is a Russian spy? Tucker is as much a Russian spy as Trump is. Fox and their thing about Trudeau being a dictator in Canada freaks you out. I think Trudeau is kind of acting like a fucking dictator in Canada. I know a lot of Canadians that I've talked with that think Trudeau is acting like a dictator in Canada. Of all the things Fox News has gone the deep end on, I wouldn't consider that one of them at all. Yeah, 9x39 got walloped again today, Tower. SP6 got its durability and heat stats increased so that it heats up the gun faster. It doesn't really affect you. But they nerfed SP6 again today. Or they nerfed SP6 today. Which is another nerf to the Val now that everybody's using it. Still no accuracy buff. I don't know, after watching Grand Thumb and those guys shoot Brandon's freaking backyard assembled one, I don't think there's a lot of faith with how accurate it is. Which, if you guys haven't watched that, I highly suggest going and watching Grand Thumb's video on the VSS. It's funny. It's really funny. It's really well done. The guys are doing good at entertainment. Setting the bar high. Which is a good thing. That's some high quality ammo in there, fellas. I feel like this is stuff I'm gonna throw out, so we'll leave it up here. And we haven't got anything major yet. What do we get? We got an SSD and a skull. That's about it. I should have known better to even joke and make fun of the 9x39 accuracy, dude. I should have known that was a bear I shouldn't have poked. The thonk on the steel was great, but the sounds after they shot through the ballistic gel at like 50 meters. Can you imagine being in a fight, guys? Because that's what it's going to sound like when you shoot somebody. It doesn't have body armor on. It doesn't hit something hard. If it doesn't catch more than one rib or a bone when you shoot somebody, you're going to hear your buddy get hammered. He's going to scream. And you're going to hear this round do this weird fucking zip off into the distance and thud into the dirt behind you. That's what the Russians and the Ukrainians are dealing with right now. Hardcore account?
Слушаю.
Nah, I just don't want to bring something expensive out when all we're doing is this. Hang on.
Будет время, заходи.
I need the B-roll for this chat, and I don't want to be wearing these shitty NVGs. Troymans, glad you like the content, dude. All right, let's try this again, shall we?
Что хотел?
Take two.
Ну, есть пару интересных вещей.
The message found its receipts. The recipients. Rats on a stinking ship began to scurry. The customers gave orders to destroy all evidence of ongoing developments. Your mission is to infiltrate the Terrorgroups lab, find the data carrier containing the data we need, and deliver it to me. What are you waiting for? A candy for good luck? Hurry up. You got it.
Принято. До скорого.
All right, well, that's our lab task, I believe. Kill 20 raiders on labs. We got to do that before we can do anything else, too. Ugh. Wait, where did I throw my backpack? Oh, I threw it out over here. Any former military in chat? There should be a whole bunch in here, Robert. A lot of lurkers that aren't going to say anything, but there's definitely folks here. It's not just labs. Oh, I guess. So you're saying that if I kill raiders on reserve, this will count? When you're rushing a spawn for PvP, how hard do you clear the spawns? Say you're trying to rush the spawns in southeast corner of shoreline because you spawn near the blue fence. Do you clear all the way down to the fence? It's a decision you make on the fly. Dad joke. Usually not, because if somebody's going on that specific scenario you're talking about, if somebody is heading that direction, they're probably looting caches, and I'm not worried about them for PvP unless I'm trying to kill them. That's the thing you got to remember is if you're trying to get PvP kills, then people that spawn on that side of the map that aren't for PvP are there for caches. So they're gonna head back to the river and hit those. What is there? 3 caches back that way, or 4? Trying to get Punisher 4 done. Resort and then resort and then the task locations, man. It's gonna be your best bet. Make sure you have SJ6s on you, and if you hear gunshots, you've got to you have less than a minute to get into wherever the vicinity of gunshots are to be able to try to locate players, because that's usually about how long on Shoreline you have. Sometimes players will linger a little bit longer, but most players learn pretty quick that on Shoreline you don't loot the scavs you kill, especially if there's gunshots. Is it weird, chat? I mean, I share a lot of stuff with you guys, but is it weird that I don't like saying exactly how old I am? I always feel like somebody's trying to dox me. Like, I know how potentially easy it is to track people down. With just a very, very small amount of information. You just have to be able to know that information, I guess. And how to use it. And knowing my age is one of those things that can help really narrow down. Like, saying how roughly I am isn't a big deal to me, necessarily. See, blood type wouldn't help a lot. Mother's maiden name would help a lot. Like, I've had this discussion with a lot of people before, and without getting in, I'm not going to say how I would do it, but like, for example, I think probably one of the guys that does the best with OPSEC and keeping his identity secure is probably Landmark. Does a fantastic job at it, like over the top good at it, but 100% understand why he does it, and don't fault him at all. In fact, more streamers should strive to be like him. But I bet you, if it came down to it, I could probably find his address within an hour or two. And anybody who's skilled at that kind of stuff could. The day and age we live in, it's so impossible to actually hide what... Ooh, a key we've never found before. That must be a junk key. It's so hard to hide everything and cover your fingerprints anymore. It's so hard. And I need to do a better job about it. I'm working through it. Like, for a little while, my PayPal was still my personal PayPal. So when people donated to me, it gave them my name. And I was like, whoa, shit. In fact, I think they could even get my address. So we changed that. We set up a P.O. box. You know, so we've got everything on a P.O. box now. And I need to set up a different LLC, one that's harder to draw a line. One would argue at the point it actually makes you stand out. Tower, the thing is the people that are going to be able to find you, no matter what you do, that's not what makes you stand out to them. The point is to make it so Billy Dipshit, who has mommy's credit card, can't just fucking go find you really easily and troll you. That's the key. You just got to be hard enough that the fucking lazy weirdos can't get to you. For the most part, anybody who's got the skills and the know-how to find you otherwise has something to lose. And it's a principle in OPSEC that anybody in the military is going to recognize. Of you don't have to be impossible to find. You've just got to be harder than the guy next to you. Right? It's that whole joke of I don't have to run faster than the bear. I just have to run faster than you. Same thing applies with OPSEC. You just got to be such a pain in the ass that you don't make it easy for somebody, right? Like we were talking about it earlier, that fucking piece of shit kid that was making jokes about my kids, like pedophilia jokes about my kids. I wasn't even trying to find him. I was just trying to understand a little bit more about him. I was able to pretty much figure out everything I needed to know about him within like 6 clicks, and I wasn't even trying because he's just a younger kid who doesn't understand how easy it is to track people backwards. And you think about that from a context of a content creator, and they're not, content creators are famous people, and they're not really any different. And they don't get different until something happens that scares them into doing it. They have something that happens that's like, oh shit, I need to be more secure. The problem is by then it's too late. Have I heard about Ludwig and QT Cinderella talking about their swatting? No. I've had discussions with my local police force already for swatting, just to make sure that it was just a, hey guys, this is what you guys know what swatting is. Yeah. Here's what I do for a living. You guys might not know about me. I'm not all that big, but it's a possibility. I wanted to bring it to your attention. And I just had a conversation with the local PD, which is any streamer, big or small. It's not a measure of small. It's a measure of likelihood. If you're a female streamer, you should be having conversations like that right away, period. Just for your own safety. Me, I have kids. It's not even me I'm worried about. It's like... Back in the day, I was one of those guys where it was like the joke about if somebody breaks into my house, it's like I've been waiting all year for this day, and the fucking lights turn out and then NVGs come on. Like that's what it used to be like. But now that I got kids, it's not a joking matter anymore, right? Yeah, Orion, and that's with your average person, right? Somebody who knows how to hide their information. There's degrees of it, right? There is doing it to the point because let's say you're a top secret person, classified government. But there's also a thing with being a famous person that you're never going to be able to do it all the way. You're never going to be able to completely secure your identity because people are. It's just the world we live in. But because of that, there's things that you can do that you can just make it more difficult and increase your safety a little bit. Using the post office for your address hides a lot of your info. It doesn't though, Robert. It's just another. All you're doing is adding another chain in the link that people have to go through to find you. It's good. People should do it. You should. All of your information should be a PO box that lets it. The problem is there's a lot of places that won't let you. See, this is the thing about fucking Twitch, right? That really pissed me off about Twitch, and nobody held them accountable. Is when they had that massive data breach, everybody's home addresses got released because I don't know if you can now, but at one point in time you couldn't use a PO box as a partner on Twitch. You had to have a home address. Even with an LLC, you had to have an address of record, which the address of record isn't my home address for my LLC. And what I'm actually going to do is the next step sounds like an oversight. No, it's just laziness. The next step for me is there's a couple of states you can actually set blind LLCs up in, Wyoming being one of them. I think Delaware's the other. But you can basically, a law firm acts as your address of record and the point of contact. So if somebody finds the LLC, they can't attach it to you. Having an LLC doesn't do any good when somebody can just pull up the state records on the LLC and then see your name, right? It's the world we live in. Is all you're doing is creating extra steps. For people to make it more difficult for people that don't have education to do it. It's like 100 and 150 to do it in Delaware. Yeah, it's the same, and it's the setting it up. It's not expensive. It's the couple $100 a year you have to pay the law firm to do it, because the law firm is going to charge you to do it because they have to handle the mail, they have to handle any phone calls, all of that stuff. Everyone will have a breach. Yeah, Twitch's was on a different level, those Zestrix. Twitch's was really, 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 really fucking bad. And it showed that they were keeping information that not only said they weren't keeping, but usually the way companies isolate that stuff is you have all of this information is compartmentalized, and maybe only one or two people, maybe three in the company. Just a regular breach? No, it's not, Zestrix. It absolutely was not a regular breach. It wasn't a fucking regular breach, dude, because it showed that Twitch cared zero fucks about how they compartmentalize their information. Because all of that data should be in little pots, probably 5 or 6 little pots, that only 1 or 2 people, maybe 3 in the entire company can access all of them. And then you only give certain people access to each of them. So even if you have a breach, only one of those pots, maybe 2 of them get compromised. Twitch has everything in one big fucking pot. And they gave, I don't care if you're in security, dude. I can find 10 people that are in security that are telling me exactly what I said right now. I'll drag Safety Peanut and fucking Liston in here if I need to. Why am I still on Twitch then? Because I found a way to isolate that problem as best as I can. And you don't really have a choice. Kick isn't an option yet. YouTube isn't an option yet. We're going to start. It's a process, guys. And Twitch isn't my main source of income anyways. Twitch is secondary to YouTube for me. My primary focus on everything is YouTube video, long form content creation. Twitch is secondary. Yeah, thank you, Guilty. The idea that Twitch had payment systems, payment amounts, addresses, hours streamed, and then all the little minuscule shit that doesn't even matter. All of that shit was in one big information pile that one person had access to. One person that shouldn't have. There were a lot of people that had access to all of those pots that never should have. And that was the problem. Those things were not isolated the way they should have been for a company that has people's lives potentially at danger. They opened up the door for every stalker on the planet to find their female streamer that they've been trying to find for a year. And they made it easy. They made it in a searchable document. And the people that released that document, yeah, should. Name me a large corporation that deals with tens of millions, if not billions of dollars, Zestrix, that doesn't do that compartmentalization in the last 7 years. One major corporation that doesn't. Point to me a single major data leak that wasn't just passwords, just login info, just addresses. Find me one other major data breach that was the whole cornucopia of information from a major company. Name any No. See, Zestrix, this is why I'm starting to doubt your actual security stuff, because you're making really stupid arguments. It's not that they were breached. You're not understanding. It's not that they were breached. It's that they had such a shitty approach to maintaining very, very sensitive information that puts people's lives at risk. You are correct that anybody will be breached. The key to OPSEC is making it so that breach hurts as little as possible. To the point that I would venture that there is probably state laws in many states that it's required. The only difference is the leak became public. No. All right, we're done. I'm done with you because you're either trying to troll me and rile me up, or you really have no idea what the hell you're talking about. All right, chat, what do we do? Do we go onto the other account and try to get our, see how fast we can get the flea market, or do you want me to try to kill some raiders? We could go test it and see if we can get some on reserve. And for those of you, the guys that didn't realize, US ammo is actually worth a fucking small fortune on the flea market. Probably sell this for $1,800 a round. Oh shit, I'm putting stuff in the wrong box. Damn it. My sorting. My beautiful sorting. It took me like 4 wipes to figure this out, chat, but once I figured out that if you have 2 sell junk boxes, one for 1 slots and one for 2 slots, it just looks so much cleaner and it's easier to sort through shit and know what you need to sell and don't. All right. Isn't that everything? Did I have issues with somebody stalking me or something? Not yet, but the whole point is to stay out in front of it, Maddie. If you wait till it happens, it's already too late. And that's just from my old school military OPSEC stuff kicking in, you know? It's the experience that a lot of people don't ever end up with. So it's hard to be critical of people that don't pay attention to it because they just don't know. That whole statement of you don't know what you don't know. Real security is expensive. It is. You know what's more expensive is lawsuits. And that's what usually drives companies. You can talk to anybody who's on the IT for big corporations. Their lives are fucking miserable because they're driven by lawyers. Lawyers make the decisions for a lot of shit because of potential lawsuits. So you'll have procedures that don't do any good at all to help anything other than to help prevent a company from being sued. and they'll take precedence over stuff that could be done to make a place more secure, because the lawyers are making the decisions. And that's a problem of leadership within the company. You know, that's how you fix things like that. And age is the biggest weakness of why will she'll buy one key but not the other? What the fuck? Oh, this game is funny sometimes. Almost all military staff have some level of clearance. Yeah. It changed a lot from when I was in, man. Need to know was a lot more important than it is now, and that's obvious because of that. You can tell because of that. The guy in, I guess he was info systems, so he is definitely a special case. But somebody like him should have been watched a lot more closely. It just goes to show you that even the military with classified information has fucking massive potentials for data breaches, because they're letting some, what was he, 21 years old? 21, and he's getting access to the top level shit simply because he's an info systems guy that's got to maintain the fucking what are they fucking called, the boxes, what are they, not the box, what are they called, the fucking secure rooms. You can't get over the fact that he named a server Thug Shakers. Skiff, thank you. The skiff, that's what I was thinking of. The word. His father was in the same unit? Well, he was National Guard, wasn't he? That's not weird at all. It's potentially problematic, but National Guard means that you're going to serve near your house, and certain places have limited units, right? Same security unit. I mean, I worked at the same company my dad did for a long time. Just followed in his shoes. The military is supposed to isolate from stuff like that, and if you were in the regular active duty, it would have. You wouldn't be able to do that. But when you get into the National Guard and reserves, it's a different animal. They can't send him to another state. It's not how it works. And if you're in a state or an area that's small enough and it's isolated enough, then they're going to end up in the same unit. Until we hear otherwise, I wouldn't put any more weight into it than that, unless we hear something that says otherwise. Probably no, he didn't, Robert. He had access. He was an info systems guy, which means he dealt with the networking, which means he has to have access. He had the proper classified access because he has to work on the computers and shit in the skiffs or in the secured areas. That's how it works. It's not a good practice, but it's what happens when you get short on manpower training. People that don't have access to information start getting access to it. You found it odd? Yeah, I can understand why you'd find it odd, Drifter, but it's pretty easily explainable. Should have been compartmentalized. Well, the Intel guys don't have their own IT guys, Robert. That's the thing. There's no IT security specialist in the National Guard, as far as I know. So if you're an IT guy, not everybody in IT is going to get the clearance, but somebody's going to have to go do the class and get the stuff and become the guy that can actually go work on the computers and the Intel thing. And my guess is the way it normally works is that's a really shitty job to have because you're always on call. So they're going to give it to the most junior guy they fucking can, because the sergeants aren't going to want to do it because they're not going to want to come in on a weekend because somebody needs access to a classified file. So they're going to give that job to the lowest on the totem pole shitty guy. And again, that's just bad leadership. And post 9/11, what happened is you had all this information that went from and it still is this way to a degree, but if you have a lot of if you have a security clearance, that doesn't necessarily mean you can see information, right? It doesn't mean that you've got because you have a top secret clearance doesn't mean you get to see everything top secret. There is need to know, and that need to know barrier was lowered a lot by after 9/11, because need to know is isolated information between the different agencies and stuff. It was used to keep, like, agencies didn't want to share information because they didn't want to lose their cases or their missions, or, you know, various reasons like that. So the pendulum swung too far the other direction and gave everybody access to everything. Not everybody access to everything, but that barrier of need to know was significantly lower than it used to be. Yep, Drifter, you sure did, but that doesn't mean you got to see everything that was at clearance, right? I mean, that's the biggest. Correct me if I'm wrong, Drifter, but that was the hardest part of getting into HMX1 was probably the background check and the security clearance process, right? Like everything else is difficult, but it was a cake compared to that whole fucking walk, from what I've heard. And for those of you guys that don't know, HMX-1 is the helicopters, the Marine Corps helicopters that fly the president around. Oh yeah, no, 100% Giga Rat. That's why the military uses a completely separate network system. For those of us that were in the military and had anything to do with the security world, that was the most disturbing thing for us with what Hillary Clinton had done. It wasn't even the deleting of shit and all of that was really bad. The most egregious thing she did is she moved shit from that network to the real world internet. She moved that is one of the most egregious things you can do in as far as getting punished in the security realm, because you can't do it accidentally. You can't. It's impossible to do that accidentally. You have to break so many rules and procedures to take shit from the military's standalone internet. I don't want to say what it's called because you just never know. I don't know what's allowed to be talked about anymore, so I just don't say stuff that I'm not sure about. But that taking stuff from that and putting it into a place that can be viewed, like taking it from that and putting it into any other computer is like, holy fuck. And the fact that she didn't get in trouble for even doing that, or nobody on her staff got in trouble for doing that, is why everybody was like, yeah, the system's fucking rigged. The system's fucking rigged. Meanwhile, there's a guy who took there's a lieutenant who, he's wrong, mind you. I'm not defending what he did, but he took a picture or a selfie or something of the treadmill on his sub and posted it to social media, and he went to fucking prison. Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton doesn't even get a slap on the fucking wrist. Yorgamon, thank you for the 9 months, dude. I mean, there's parts of me that feel like if I had even thought about doing what Hillary Clinton did, I would have gone to jail. I mean, that was so Pocket Aces. That gets into politics. That was a part of that was just the Republicans needed something that could stick outside of getting a fucking blowjob in the Oval Office. They needed something that could have some kind of legal standing, and that's kind of what they grabbed onto was that whole thing that Monica was in Monica was overhearing stuff she didn't have clearance to overhear. But again, it gets into the whole argument with Trump, right? It doesn't matter. The president is the ultimate decider on what's classified and not. He can say, magic, boom, this isn't classified. So trying to get somebody who is an acting president in trouble for classified documents is just not possible. It's just not legally something you can do. Really. Who do I have backing me up on my counts? Wait, what? Oh, who you have backing you up counts. Yeah, it can. All right, what do we bring? We'll run a DVL. Actually, let's go Knight. I put this away, but let's bring it back out. Let's go Knight. Knight Reserve. Where did that other mag just go? Oh, I didn't have one out. Okay. I was like, where did the mag just go? But it wasn't there. Do anything else? We'll just try to get a Raider killer too. See if we can pull it off. Still having trouble with stream snipers? I guess we'll find out. The Carlos. This is Asvel. Did I see the new merch drop on the EFT site? No, because it wouldn't open for me. Yo, that might be Gluhar, actually. It is. I've got a weekly to kill him 5 times from like 80 meters, too. I feel like that was at the Knights. BP for the gun is no longer available in the game. No, you can barter for it. There is a barter. Are they in the basement, maybe? Do we test with a grenade? I think they're in the basement, chat. Which is a problem because... fucking 80 meters. Like, I don't even know where I'm going to shoot him from with that. If he's in the basement. What night vision ad is it? It's the cheap, shitty one. I guess it's not too bad. You can't wear a helmet with it. I had it, so I ran it. I'm not sure what's going on, chat, to be honest with you. This could 100% be Gluhar killing scavs up top, or just players. That was a Reshala guard. Reshala fucking Gluhar. You guys know what I mean. I'm gonna shut this door because... How's it going today? Pretty good. We're fighting Gluhar on, at night, apparently. Which was not something I was expecting to do. Seven? It can be 6 too, and we've got one of them already. I'm guessing this was a Gluhar guard we killed outside, which is why he rushed us. It's the only thing I can think of that would explain that. If you know what I mean. Which does that mean? Where are they then? That's over there. Are they on the ramp? I mean, he came from this direction, so that's got to be where they're at, right? We shot the guard all the way over here, and that guard just bum rushed us for whatever reason. I just heard one to my left.
Воу! Пацан готов!
That's a player scav.
Ох, ёб, граната!
Was the audio just bugged and that's why it didn't blow up? Got me, chat. I don't know. So the challenge is I need to kill Gluhar from 80 meters. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that.
Ну и чё тут за хуйня?
I got to do it 5 times too. Ripper, thanks for the Prime sub. Egg Spawn, thank you for the 3 months, dude. Where are they all at? Could it be raiders? No, we killed one of the guards already. Is this a guard right here, or is this just a regular scav? I'm pretty sure this is a guard. So did somebody kill them all already? I don't know, those shots didn't necessarily feel like they were...
Вон он, блядь!
Maybe he's just hiding in some corner.
Вот нет.
It for sure sounds like they're in the K buildings now, though. Maybe we go this direction and try to get a long angle on them now. 'Cause I feel like that's them killing the scav, AI scavs. Nah, I don't know, man. That might be somebody else's here, but I think that could also be... That's either somebody else's here or somebody's killing, or Gluhar's killing AI scavs still. We'll go get a look in the middle from up here. Can actually have a couple of good angles into there from here. You just got to be careful about it because they're fucking really good angles at us too. Last of my BP to snipe Gluhar, hopefully. I figured we'd see at least one or two guards right here, but... And now we got potential raiders to deal with. Which is what we came here for anyways, but... What I'm worried about is that's the player, and he's already killed... He's been working his way through all the guards. We'll hold here for a sec and wait for, see if raiders spawn. If they don't, then I'm going to move to the other side. See if I can get another angle down one of these. I hear no raiders. All right. See if we can get another angle here. Oh, I just saw a laser. They walked over. I didn't expect them to walk over. That was a guard we killed outside. That's why this one pushed us, is these two are the scouts. So it didn't matter where it was at. As soon as I killed this guy charged. Oh, what killed us? A Keter. We got Kettered. We got Kettered to death. I really thought we'd be better off at night with distance. I felt safe looking at that because I didn't think they'd aggro me from that distance. That's why I stayed prone. Whew. Guards take different roles. Gluhar's guards do, yeah. He's got 2 scouts and 4 guards, essentially. And the scouts will push you. If they see you or you kill something, they basically are baby killers. They'll come at you just like Killa does. And it's Tarkov's, the AI can be wonky, but they will, their quote-unquote strategies they try to do, to when you engage them, as far as how they take cover, they hold angles and stuff like that. Gluhar can be Gluhar is the toughest boss to fight because of his guards and how they all roll. Did you guys like the night raid? I kind of thought it was cool. It was fun because we ran into Gluhar, right? If we hadn't run into Gluhar, it probably wouldn't have been nearly as fun. So Peacekeeper's running out of FMJ again, huh? Interesting. Not sure exactly how I feel about that one. Hey, Cordino, how's it going, man? What did I have for lunch today? I haven't ate yet. I was just thinking about that as if I'm gonna eat. What, if anything, I'm gonna have here for lunch. I'm not sure yet. Hmm. Some of this stuff listed before we go into another, at least sorted. It's hard to see. There we go. Yeah, last Lighthouse run wasn't really all that, like there was nothing crazy. We got some okay stuff out of it, but I don't feel like it was this crazy over the top loot run like sometimes it can be. Okay. Didn't expect to see screw nuts at 40,000. Does that mean these are expensive too? No. All right. We still need to do long range. What time is it right now? $1:30. Do we bring another Vulcan in and put it on a fucking the DVL or SV98 or something? Or what do you guys think? I guess we could run we could put a Fleer on. Alki! Oh, Alki Manger. Thank you for the tier 1, dude. Do we have a Panda Express out here? I think we do. I don't feel like Panda Express, though. Like, kind of legit what I want right now is a... That's what, 500k? It saves you, like, 50k, maybe. There we go. Hey, Aoki, thank you for the 5 gifted, my man. All right, well, I think we'll go like that. We'll eat a herring. We'll top off our hydration. Okay, well, Major McScruffy being the fucking absolutely absurd maniac that he is, came in and just gave 100 gifted subs. Holy fuck. Major McScruffy. Thank you, man. If you guys got a gifted sub, make sure you say thank you, of course, and refresh your browser so you don't get any ads. That's how it works, unfortunately. McScruffy, I got a question for you. We were talking about fiber, getting fiber installed around here, and the company, they got their ass kicked by the winter. A really hard winter this year. They didn't get hardly any work done through the winter. What kind of work would be heavily affected by frozen ground when it comes to installing fiber? Splicing is hard in the winter. That's what I thought. Because the ditch witches and shit really don't care about the frozen ground. But the frost heave probably makes setting boxes pretty hard, I would have to guess, because they're just going to settle once everything thaws out. I was trying to think of what else would be really hard to do on the whole fiber install side of things. Because they were still drilling lines through the winter. It was slower, but they were still doing ditch witch bullshit, setting a conduit throughout the winter. Vibratory plows. So everywhere they're installing is pretty much existing. So I don't think they're doing any plow stuff. It dulls the teeth really fast. Yeah, I know it's harder on the equipment, Guilty, but when you're behind schedule on a construction thing, you just don't care. You push through it, and that's what they were doing. But it didn't look like they were doing any terminations. They were legit running the ditch witch, and then they would be there for a couple of days in the area they were doing it, and then they'd move on. Like the street they were putting the line in. Any secrets you could give me, McScruffy, so I could con this outfit into installing fiber in my neighborhood ahead of schedule versus some of the, like, take my neighborhood and install it first versus other neighborhoods? Separate contractors? I don't know, actually. If these guys are, if they've got one contractor doing all of it or separate. I've definitely seen one contractor in the past doing it around here. So I couldn't speak one way or the other right now. I need to bother whoever they contracted to run the lines. Well, it is Yellowstone Fiber is doing all of it, McScruffy, and then they've got like 5 ISPs they're working with. And the few rigs I've seen around town actually have Yellowstone Fiber on the side of them, so they're handling it themselves, it looks like. There is some sub work going on. I don't know the extent of their scopes, to be honest with you. But I figured the scheduling side of stuff would be more with Yellowstone Fiber. The neighborhoods they're doing first was probably done in a process to figure out where they could get the most customers. If I had to guess. And I was kind of half joking with my tweet today when I said I went in, like I tried to bribe, I tried to bribe them and they laughed at me. It was more of a, hey, what will it take? You know, I need you guys to install fiber in my neighborhood sooner, right? What will it take? And it was that's what they pretty much laughed at, unfortunately for me. But I'm wondering if I can go around and get, like, if I go around my neighborhood, my block my section, and I can get a bunch of people to like sign a commitment that they're going to sign up for internet, and I can make it look attractive to them. I'm wondering if they'd be willing to. What's this loadout? I don't know. A MP7 for close range, a DVL FLIR to shoot things a little bit further away and be safer. Because apparently we have to engage Gluhar at far distances, which will mean fucking raiders as well. So we got to do these hoops, make sure we don't have a stream sniper. Does your area change the internet? So yeah, the current internet, the best internet provider I have around here right now is Spectrum. Not yet, McScruffy. I just don't want to risk it. That same dude seems to be pretty devoted. He clearly worships at the altar of Airwing Marine for him to make that big of an effort. He's tried a half a dozen fake accounts to try to get a hold of me too, through Discord and Twitch and things like that. Fucking weirdo. So what it is Yellowstone Fiber got a bunch of private and public funding to install fiber here in Bozeman specifically. So they are dealing with the straight install and the backbone, the infrastructure, all of that stuff. Once it's up and running, there's 5 different ISPs, and I don't remember who they are running the actual internet side of things. You know, that, if I'm making sense with what I'm trying to say. The way the fiber is getting installed is completely different than most locations. It's not being done by one of the big telecom outfits. You have a co-op. It's not a co-op assault, but it's close. They piggyback off power companies? No, not that I know of. No, it's not going to be. Google Fiber would come and install their own stuff, Redmond. It's not Google Fiber. If you guys are super interested in it, just look up Yellowstone Fiber. That's what it is. That's the outfit doing all the work. These guys right here. Nonprofit. They have 6 ISPs. You got GlobalNet, Skynet. Yo, somebody, really? Somebody needs to get fired. All right, chat. This is how we very quickly figure out if there's somebody cheating on the map. Very quickly.
Me.twitch.tv user notice hashtag airwingmarine.
I think that's Gluhar's guards again, chat. It sure as shit is. I need to find a better place to post up than right here. We're gonna get bopped by somebody else. Too high traffic flow of an area. The good news is I'll be able to shoot Gluhar from 80 meters from here. Hopefully. Oh, potatoed that shot. Thank you for standing still for me. What's up with the notifications? Oh, we're still waiting on McScruffy's fucking madman donation to get run through here. We can turn them up a little bit, I guess. No, it's not. It's fine, Scruffy. I don't know what else to say, man, other than thank you for all the support you give. I don't feel like I do enough to show the genuine appreciation that I have for what you do. And don't take it like I don't appreciate yours either, Alkali. I know it kind of got drowned out, but the 5 gifted that you gave is just as big, man. The guy, even you guys that just follow, and like some of you guys feel bad because you don't sub or you don't follow. I don't want you to. People being here, hanging out, being part of the conversation, driving the content. I wouldn't be able to do it without every single one of you guys that are here, which is a big reason why I want to multi-stream to other platforms, because I don't want you to have your experience ruined by an ad simply because you're in a place in life that you can't afford a sub. You've got other things more important to spend money on, and I understand that, and I respect that. So I want to give you guys other options to enjoy the content that doesn't require you to spend money. That is the biggest push for me to try these other platforms out. What's the outline on the window? Which window are you talking? There's a fire barrel. That there is... I'm not sure what that is. That could just be a graphics glitch. Oh. Whatever that was just got murdered. Whether it was an AI scav or a fucking... Oh, there's 2 guards down. None of those are Gluhar yet, are they? Nope. Where did that target just go? Did he go behind the van? He must have. You're the heat-seeking missile from my shorts. You said... Sailtex, I don't care how the interactions go down. I love when you guys come and say hi after you show up on a short. That's Gluhar right there. That be Gluhar, chat, right there. I'm trying to break this glass out, chat, in case they go into that room. I can see it. But I'm guessing that's not glass there. It just looks really black. I know that's Gluhar because it has no helmet. It had it looked like to me he had the, what's it called? The M1A and night vision. With the night vision with the head gear, which usually Gluhar's the only one that does that. We'll just have to be patient, chat. Wait for him to walk out. We will get another shot at them here eventually. I might take a little bit different of a position, though. I just don't want to be super exposed. I want to be a little bit higher, but I also don't want to be where somebody can see me really well. Because I want to get prone. I don't know if I can get prone well right here or not. This is actually a pretty good spot, but it's just not... Yeah, see, I can't get over where I need to get over. Oh, there we go. I hope this works. There we go. I guess I'm just leading him too much, maybe? Doot, 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 doot. Let's get some arm stamina. I don't know if Gluhar's going to come back out or not. That's the problem. I missed my opportunity on him. Can you buy Altons from traders? Nope. Yo, I can't tell where his head's at there. I think that's his head right there. We're on reserve right now. Reserve. I feel like deja vu. That just happened twice in a row. Exactly. Everything went down exactly the same way. Even where I missed. All right, I think maybe we push into... I don't know. Well, I got to kill him from 80 meters, dude. That's the thing. I'm trying to figure out how to do that. What is the average armor class? It's all, I mean, it just depends on the players you run into, man. It's all over the place. I wouldn't even say there's an average. You do see a little bit more class 5 than you used to, just because players are higher level, but it's not like it used to be. The bigger thing is you don't run into ammo, crazy ammo like you used to. Use the heavy machine gun. Yeah. Oh, let's see if he comes back out. He just walked by again. Let's see if we can catch him on a patrol. Because if I can get down to one less guard, I'll definitely feel much better about getting closer. Okay. I want to say that's the last guard. There goes Gluhar. That's the last guard. They made me feel like players real quick. I thought like they lean peeking and stuff. I was like, Now the real question is, do we just hang out for a bit and wait for any dirty little player scabs to show up? Because I feel like that's a player over in the pawns fighting right now. Okay, so we didn't get all the guards. My real concern is if I can even get a good angle on that guard without him fucking just blopping me. Because I'm not even sure exactly where he shot at me from at this point. Make sure there's nobody that came up behind us. This is worrisome, chat. We got shot at by something. Where is he? Red means damaged, white means undamaged. No, it's just distance. You get closer, shit shows up red. No, it's definitely on the roof, but I can't fucking see him.
Вон он, хорошо.
That was just a regular scav, regular AI scav. It walked up and hit us with fucking Magnum Buck or something. I don't fucking know. Holy shit! But it's a Gluhar guard that's across from us. Gluhar's dead. All of his guards, but one is dead, and it's the one that's across that keeps kicking our ass. I can't get a good fucking peek on him. Would a nade be a good idea? I don't know if I can get it that far is the problem. Fucker's looting some of my guards. I can tell you right now, trying to fight him from there is not a good idea, though. So we'll try to go where we've got a little bit more range on him and can shoot him from a much further distance. I think the only map I don't run night vision on is labs. Night vision works great on every map. You gotta be able to use it to its strengths. That's what makes night vision different from map to map is not trying to use night vision where it doesn't make sense. People tend to think very, very one-dimensionally, which means it's night vision on or off, right? Which is why you get questions like, why run a FLIR and night vision? Well, because there's situations where it makes more sense to use the FLIR than it does the night vision, and vice versa. I don't know what I'm stuffing myself on here, but holy shit is that annoying. I thought I was going to be able to get an angle on that guard from back here, but I can't. I really don't want to have to push that guard, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to. What time is it in game right now, chat? Because I think we're going to get fucking player scavs showing up that are just going to loot my shit. 5:54? Fuck. Really don't want to push this guard, but the last thing I want to do is give some fucking filthy player scav my... That's a raider. Not a fucking sound when he came down. Or came up. And now I'm dropping mags. I feel like that was a guard. I don't have a paracord, do I? I do not. Well, that certainly makes things different, huh? All right, well, I think we're past player scav time period. And I gotta go press a button and go a long ways, so we just as well get to busy. We better get to work looting. Did I put a hole in the face shield? I did. Helmet's still good, though. Well, we'll pick that then, I guess, because we want these. These are worth more. All right, button time. And we're probably going to have to fight our way through raiders. If I had to guess. Just take D2? No. We need to kill raiders. And I don't go D2. No, Raider said scav ahead. He saw me. I think we got one Raider kill at least too. Even though that was like a holy crap. Look at all those headshots, chat. With the DVL. Even the scav from 5.1 meters. 7mm. 1277mm is all that fucking scav fucked us up with. Ugh. 8K is normal, dude. If I'm happy if I get an 8K raid, like, what's a normal raid for me is probably 3 to 5K XP. The only time I push 7 or 8K is if I kill like 10 or 15 things on a map, which doesn't happen all that often. I don't play aggressive enough most of the time to do that. Bunch of 856 for the stores. A lot of found and raid grenades. Pretty good. Hang on just a sec, chat. Be right back, chat. All right, chat. Is music? I hope music's been playing the whole time. Have you guys sitting here dead silence? What's the question about dollars and stuff? Is it the question, what's the best way to get dollars? You don't make more you don't make USD in raids. You find a little bit of it here and there in filing cabinets and safes and stuff. The best way to get US dollars is to do just this right here and sell shit for USD. So you can see right here, this is 66,500. So I'll go probably 540, 65, 340. Let's go 625, 63. So it sells kind of low. That's your best way to get dollars. The conversion rate here is about, you save about 10% doing it this way versus straight buying the dollars. You can just buy them, but you're paying a 10% premium, essentially rubles for rubles, rubles for dollars, rubles to rubles kind of thing. Because the conversion rate that's here is different than the one that Peacekeeper has. Same thing for euros. And there's lots of little tricks with it, you know, selling things that have a lot of turnover works really well for dollars. So let's see, let's like fuel, right? Fuel's not great. Fuel's not a good one because it's expensive. You're better off selling stuff that's cheaper for dollars, right? But you have a lot of it. So stacks of things, like that's why it's good to craft circuit boards. You can sell circuit boards for dollars. Anything like that that's little that sells for like you know, let's say it sells for $90, $100, $120, $130. That's the best way to go. Hey, Peanut. How the raid's going? Pretty. We just had a 20k experience raid fighting. We got Gluhar. We actually killed Gluhar once more than 50 or 80 meters, and we had him 2 raids in a row. Hang on a sec, chat. I gotta go make another phone call real quick. All right, chat. I hate to have to do this to you guys. I should have just ended the stream earlier, but I thought I was still going to be able to. Something IRL's come up I got to take care of. It's important, otherwise I wouldn't be bailing on you guys. We may do a second stream this evening. If I can, I'll make up for a little bit this evening. We'll do that second. We'll do the if I do, we'll do the second account this evening. Try to do the whole flea within 10. So appreciate you guys. Sorry for cutting the stream short. I was having fun. Somatic, yeah, exclamation point Discord. But appreciate you guys. We'll catch you a little bit later, all right? Everybody have a good rest of your day. Bye.